Hey again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is Thursday, and that means it's time for my weekly review, weekly haul, where I just basically just talk about the books that I picked up. I don't talk about every single book that comes out. There's other people that are far more astute to that. I basically just talk about the books that I pick up and just kind of share my thoughts on them a little bit. That's basically what I do here. So we're going to start off with books that I picked up last week. Not really a whole lot to talk about. There were some good books, but the outstanding book was definitely Jenny Zero, #1 from Dark Horse Comics. This is basically if you had somebody with the mentality of, say, Lobo from DC, old school Lobo, where he was, he drank and he was a womanizer. Although this girl in here, she's sort of the same thing, but with dudes. But if you take somebody with that mentality and then you put them in charge of killing giant monsters, you basically have Jenny Zero. So it's a little bit of Lobo, a little bit of Pacific Rim, and a whole lot of fun. This, man, I don't know what really I can say about it without giving away anything. I really hate doing spoilers here, but let me just say this is one of those rare books that, after reading the first issue, I got online and I added it to my pull list because this is just so much fun. The art is a lot of fun. It's the characters are interesting. There's layers to this. I mean, this is actually probably one of the better books that I've read. I don't read a lot of Dark Horse books, first of all, but this is definitely one of my favorite Dark Horse books in quite some time. This one here is basically, for me, it's going to be sort of a top of the stack book. So if this were to come out the same week as, say, Something is Killing the Children, I would read Something is Killing the Children first and then this one. So this is definitely towards the top of the stack. This is one that I do recommend if you're looking for sort of Pacific Rim with drinking, with sex, with swearing, and with a girl, excuse me, with a girl who has this thing that goes on her arm that helps her shoot things, and she also has a bit of a unique power that we find out about at the end of the first issue. So great book, great read. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Like I said, I just went ahead and just threw it on my pull list right after reading it, and I never do that. Usually I give a book 2, 3, well, about 3 or 4 issues, maybe 5 issues before I decide if I'm going to actually add it to my pull list. But this one, right away, I wanted to have it on my pull list. So that was definitely a good read. I do recommend it if you can get it at your LCS. Definitely recommend checking it out. Now, before I get into the few books that I picked up this week, and like I said, this is going to be a short video because I really didn't get a whole lot this week, as you can see. Before I get into these ones, I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed, and thank you to everyone who continues to watch and support what I do here. I thank you very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you who aren't subscribed and you're here for the first time, if you like what I'm doing here, if you're even remotely interested in hearing my opinions, my vague, poorly worded, non-scripted opinions on the books that I pick up, definitely please subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that great stuff. I appreciate it. It's great to be able to talk about my comic books and the books that I read, and just kind of share my thoughts with them. So I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. So let's go through the books that I picked up this week. I picked them up yesterday in my LCS in no particular order, but we are going to start off with without a doubt, my favorite cover of the week, Mighty Morphin #7. You have a badass looking Zed getting ready to do some damage on Zordon, and I love this cover. I've been waiting for this cover to come out. This is one of those covers I definitely think should definitely be on a poster. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I grabbed that one. And so this one's not a new book. It's one that's been out for a couple of weeks, and I've just been, every week when I go on my LCS, I look at it and I'm like, should I get it? Should I not? My wife finally said, just get it. This is the Man Goat and Bunny Man #1 of 3. Xenoscope. I don't really read Xenoscope books, but what the heck? It looks like an interesting idea, so I'm going to give that a shot. Always willing to try something new, something different. from Image. The last 2 books are from Image. Issue 2 of Geiger. The first issue was a lot of fun. Great world building. There's a lot going on, but they're able to, sort of lay everything out without it becoming a train wreck, without any of the story concepts tripping over each other and themselves. It's a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to checking out issue 2. And another issue 2, again from Image. Silver Coin, the anthology horror series continues. I love these black covers. There's the B covers are brightly colored and yellow. Great art on them. Don't get me wrong. Some amazing art on those ones, but I like the darker colors, especially for my horror comics. But this cover's pretty cool. Looking forward to checking that one out. And hopefully it's as good as the first issue. And I know that one, as I said, it's an anthology horror series. I'm assuming because of the title, it focuses on the silver coin that we were introduced to in the first issue. And I understand that each issue takes place in a different decade. So the timeline moves, I'm assuming, forward. So it's going to be interesting to see how that progresses. So that's it. That's what I got for those. And again, thank you for watching. Also, another announcement. Hopefully starting tomorrow. I promised this last week that I was going to do a Lobo collection video. So what I've decided to do with that is I'm going to do it, but I want to make that part of a series. So what I'm going to call it is Full Run Friday. So every Friday, I'm planning on having a video that's going to show a run of books that I have. And I know, generally speaking, a full run is the first issue to the final issue, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun with the idea. So I'm also going to consider full runs to be stuff like, I have a Marvel Zombies video. So I basically have the full run of those minus a few of the variant covers. Stuff like Maximum Carnage. I have all the crossover issues for that. I'm going to consider that a full run of the full series, the full storyline for Maximum Carnage. So it's going to be a loose definition of the term full run, but I'm planning on doing those on Friday. They're not all going to be one and done videos. So I have some, like my Ghost Riders. I've got, I think, over 200 Ghost Rider books. I've got close to 200 Lobo books. So I'm going to split them up into a part 1, a part 2. It also helps sort of expand the idea a little bit to help me have this as a longer running series. So Full Run Fridays will be starting. If it doesn't start this Friday, it'll definitely be next Friday. First run is going to be Lobo, and I can tell you right now what I'm going to do is the first issue, or the first part of it, because it will be a 2-parter. The first part is going to be the ongoing series for Lobo. I ran for 64 issues. And then the second part will be the one-shots and miniseries. And I may toss in a few of the peripherals that he was in. Nothing like the Brave and the Bold or the Superman books he was in. I'm talking about stuff like there was a Bob the Galactic Bum, I believe it was called, the 4-issue miniseries that he was in. There was a Hitman Lobo one-shot crossover. So stuff like that will be in it as well. So that's going to start, again, if it doesn't start this Friday, it'll be next Friday, and it'll be every Friday, until I basically get through all the runs of my collection, which I do have a pretty sizable collection. Not the biggest one, not the most key infused collection in the world, but it's my collection. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody. And this seems like the best possible way for me to do it. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Hope you are too. So guess that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching, and again, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that sort of thing. Hit that that notification, that little bell thing there next to subscribe. I believe I have one of those. Hit that and let you know when I got new videos out. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Hope everybody had a great comic book, new comic book day on Wednesday. Some great stuff came out. I know my pull list is kind of small right now, but hey, we all read what we like, and that's what matters. See everybody next week. Have a good weekend.